Hey folks, back again after about a week. It is the 30th of December 2017. I believe that's 104 days Nofap, and so it's 104 days Nofap and 91 days of hard mode actually. I've had a few close calls over the time being, but let's see. Looking up steamy gifs for my girlfriend, long distance girlfriend, and other than that, I think that's really only been the most recent, like, quote unquote close calls, but really haven't had any issues with that sort of stuff. Just feeling a sense of stagnation because I had to get on the bus, came down to Southern California for the whole Christmas holiday, and I think tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and then the day after that is New Year's Day. And I came down here because of the family emergency and the fact that it's a holiday, so that sort of thing. But since I haven't really, I didn't really focus on finding work for this winter break. I was just, so focused on my classes. I just ending up sitting here doing really nothing. And my folks, they want to kind of put me to work, and that's their deal, because it's this whole sort of mentality of, like, if I'm not already doing something, then I'm free labor for them. That sort of a deal. And I wanted to hang back up to Northern California day after tomorrow, the latest, because I left a note on my door saying to my landlady, that I'd be back on the 1st to pay the rent, because as family emergency, I need to head out right then and there. And I had the money already out, but they weren't in the house, so I left that little note. And I had to go buy the bus ticket and make sure I have a ride down to the bus station. I know my dad's probably gonna have an issue with that. He's probably gonna fight over it, but it is what it is. I have to go do that. But I got my grades back. I got 2 B minuses and I got a C and a C plus, which doesn't seem all that great, but compared to last year, and the fact that one of the classes I got a B minus in, I was actually barely passing according to the official grading scale. And I guess he, not only did well in the final, but he decided to curve it, so it bumped my grade up to a B minus from a C minus. And the other B minus was in the retake class, which I had a D minus in last fall, so I definitely improved from a D minus to a B minus. I was really happy with that. And then the class I got a C in was, it was partially due to the final, really. It's really due to the final, because I went into the final with a B, but I got like a 55 in the final, which dropped it onto a 75 point something or other, so I got a C. And the final class that I got a C plus in, I got that grade in there because, I honestly didn't put as much effort into it as I probably should have if I wanted a better grade, but the reality is I needed at the very least a C, full C, so I could end up taking biochem for my emphasis or my specialization. So, I got the grades that I needed, so that was good. But feeling like I could be using my time a lot better. Just gonna walk around here for a bit. I don't like sitting at that table too much, but walk around a little bit here. This park. I think I have recorded here earlier, like a while ago. I think it was actually last year that I last recorded here. Well, it'll have been last year, but I think it was actually during the summer that I recorded here last. But if you can kind of see around, but I haven't really walked out this far before. However, I want to really put some applications for some internships, but so much of this stuff isn't just putting applications in, it's actually networking and knowing people and having like the right connections. And honestly, like, in a lot of cases I don't have much going for me to get it in somewhere. I can't, rely on certain social factors to just, get me in there because they need, a person of that background in their organization so they can, fulfill their quote unquote social obligations, if you will. I'm trying to jump around some terms there. I don't really want to get into too much political, stuff, but without that kind of stuff, it's like I'd be excited to have like the sterling marks and statistics, so to speak, going for me, which I fortunately do not have, but just going to put in my applications and just, hope I get a call sometime. And beyond that, just like work various angles. I might even have to try and find some way to do some undergraduate research or so. There's one guy I might be able to contact and ask about doing research with. Even if it's not me making money right off the bat, at least put something on my resume I can link to and have some to show for it. Because I gotta beef up my my resume and my appearance and all that kind of stuff. Like right now, I haven't shaved. I might decide to shave. I just I've kind of been of the mindset that if I get a call or I get an interview set up or whatever, then yeah, I'll shave. But I don't know. I've been under the weather for the last week, a few days, and I'm still recovering. So I got chapped lips and I got a cough and a congestion, that sort of thing. But I'm over the worst of it. But as far as Nofap is concerned, things have been so far relatively easy. I think the thing that's setting in for me right now is boredom and a feeling of stagnation, which is really kind of a dangerous thing. That's what caused my my last relapse, which is why I've always hate coming back to my parents' home. And they don't really care. They don't really see it. They don't really understand. Why I would have such an issue with it. But need to get out of here and get on with things and fighting feelings of inadequacy, seeing other folks and seeing what they're doing and how much ahead of me they are and how that makes me feel as a guy, as a man. Especially if I see, girls doing way more than me. Girl I like might be doing way more than me and then me feeling inadequate about that or what have you. But be that as I may, I've come a long way. I'm a heck of a lot better off, and it's as far as education and finances are concerned, way better than last year. And I did have to say that I owe a lot of it to NoFap, since I use it as a tool to essentially examine myself and figure out what's going on in my head, so to speak, when I'm facing stress, anxiety, boredom, distractions, and so on. And figuring out how to unravel that, or undo that Gordian knot, so to speak, and or each Gordian knot, one by one, and learning how to handle, the challenges properly, and making the right decisions, choosing my priorities right, understanding what they are and how to handle, challenges in life, and because of that, I've gotten much better marks, this semester, in part due to that, especially with some of the distractions I was facing. But, bit by bit improving, making some progress, making some serious progress. So, anywho, it's day 104 of NoFap, day 91 of hard mode. So I have passed that 3-month milestone of hard mode, second time over. And going into the new year with 105 days of NoFap and 92 days of hard mode, even with the slip-ups or the close calls, did not relapse. And so I've got a lot of progress under my belt as far as that's concerned, along with the results I'm seeing, with academics and so on. So anywho, folks, I'm going to finish recording this and upload this. It's just my latest update. I've been out of the loop for a while, about a week, so I'll see you folks around. Bye-bye.